want to introduce Sarah Friedman. Many of you know Sarah. Sarah's been, how long have you been with Sarah?
Well, that was part of my spiel. Hi everybody, I'm Sarah Friedman. I'm the Director of Marketing for Service Master by Gilmore. And for the last 22 years, I've been watching him make fantastic recipes for his family, for his friends, and for all of us. One of my favorites is chicken parm. But the secret is the chicken has to be thin, juicy, tasty.
Yes.
Yeah, and my problem is it always comes out dry. So when I wanted to make this dish for my family and friends, who did I go to? The expert. Stephen, help.
Yeah, and the thing is, as I was saying earlier, you can buy the chicken really thin cut in the supermarket, and I got that thin cut, but they didn't cut it too thin, so I have to do some of it myself. If they're too thick, they're no good. You really need a thin cutlet. So I unfortunately have to cut some of these up now and thin them out, and then I'll pound. You know, you get something at the market, you want it to be nice, right? But anyway, it's the fat supposed to be taken off of it too. So those aren't bad. We'll pound those up. But if you get any ones that are thick, they have to be taken down. So now we got a pound, and the chicken is a little. If anybody watched the last episode with the veal, the chicken's a little more challenging to pound than the veal. I like to do it just to break it up a little. Now remember before with the veal, you were just tapping. Here you gotta whack it out a little. These are all the little extra things that you do to make it come out.
So is it more tender when you
Yeah.
pound it?
Yeah.
So what side?
The flat side. See the flat?
Oh, really?
Yes.
I understand you. Wow. I almost made a
Perfect.
hole. I
That's
almost
perfect.
made a
No,
hole.
that's good.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
A couple of cups of breadcrumbs, a couple of cups of cheese, and a little pepper. Same thing, olive oil, saute it nice. And this has to cook a little longer than the veal.
I got one little piece of shell, and the tip for getting eggshells out is to use an eggshell. It's like a magnet.
Wow, Sarah, tip of the day. And the chicken takes the most egg. Okay, so now with this, now this is going to flop around a little in there, so you're just going to make sure all sides are nice and done up nice, beautiful.
Now, do you grease your pan before you put them on?
No, that's just holding them until they get to the frying pan. So you want to try to keep your hands dry going into your breadcrumbs here, because it'll keep it from getting the breadcrumbs from hardening and stuff if your hands are dry. These are really good with just Italian bread and some mayonnaise and lettuce. Oh, really good with nothing on it. Oh my God, you can just eat them all day long. They're so good. Okay, off to the frying pan we go. And now we're going to start sauteing the chicken. And again, don't be bashful with the olive oil. And then I do the test again. Once that starts to bubble up, the chicken's good to go. So my 3 cheeses, let me tell you a story about the 3 cheeses. So I'm at this restaurant in Framingham called La Cantina. Delicious little Italian restaurant, fabulous restaurant. And 15 years ago, I said to the waitress, I want to talk to the chef. Well, the chef's busy. Good, I'll wait. I waited an hour and a half for the chef to come out. And I said, what do you do with your cheese? I got to know what's in it. And he told me, Munster, cheddar, mozzarella. And I've been doing it ever since. And you'll see when you do it, how soft and gooey it is. It doesn't get hard. See, now the other thing with chicken is you can't double fry. Generally speaking, after you saute each time, you got to change the oil, because it takes too long, and if you're putting a nice chicken into it's no good. I'll show you what I mean when this comes out. See how much longer this is the first batch, see how much longer it's taken? The other veal, you'd have 3 veals done already. And that's the other thing with the thin chicken. If it's really cut nice and thin, it cooks quick. You don't want to be putting a nice piece of chicken in that, you know? So you got to go through the whole process of emptying it out. And I just let that harden. You can either put that in the refrigerator and let it get real hard and then just send it out on trash day, or put it in the freezer. Beautiful. See, and I turn them, and then I'll put black paper on top. Okay, now those are going to sit. That's how people say, how'd you start cooking? Years ago when it was, you know, you grow in the business and a lot of stress. I would cook and curse and swear. No, never. Never. Only kidding, ma. Okay, so. This isn't that deep, this dish, so I can only go too deep on this one. Let's see, let's cut this one here in half. Slide that in there like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. And there you have the chicken parm. Now you can do this. My mother used to do the chicken cutlets with just mashed potatoes with no sauce. Mashed potatoes and peas, some corn, you know. So you don't always have to do it like this. Wow. Sarah, your chicken parm. Huh?
Gorgeous.
Yes, the chicken come out beautiful.